Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's EFB basketball matchup between the Brandon Valley Lynx and the host our Brookings Bobcats. This contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. We encourage you to support your team in a positive manner while pursuing victory with honor. Sportsmanship is all about respecting the game, each other, and yourselves, so please enjoy the game and support these student athletes while modeling good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please stand and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem by the VHS Pep Band under the direction of Isaac McMahon. As a reminder, proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Now let's be the lineups for tonight's contest. First, for the Lynx. At guard, number 2, a 5'8" junior, Ava Kellenberger. At forward, number 5, a 6'2" senior, Madison Beaver. At guard, number 14, a 5'8" senior, Amanda Lynx. At guard, number 32, a 5'7" junior, Olivia Paget. And at forward, number 40, a 5'0" junior, Gracie Salter. The Lynx coach at Mike Zerr, who was assisted by Maggie Davey, Jeff Lochner, Kenny Paula, Danica Newhouse, and Emma Turbier.
At the Brookings Band in attendance and playing tonight adds a tone to the atmosphere. Always does. And the band again always just sounds electric alumni night for the band members that come back and play. So probably that's better than it normally does. But yeah, like you said, this brings a good atmosphere. As it should on a Friday. Absolutely. Time to take a look at tonight's officials for the game. Introduction of officials brought to you by Consumer Protection. The officials tonight, Rusty Keith, Aiden Wheeler, and Darren Vanderbilt. Introduction of officials again brought to you by Consumer Protection. Both teams come in at 4-1, and Brandon Valley Lynx going to...
A third grader from St. Thomas More Elementary, Tyson Connick. Tyson is known as the Patrick Mahomes of basketball. He loves throwing down two things, hamburgers and 360 windmill dunks. Next up, starting at shooting guard for the future Bobcats, Austin Herman. Austin comes to us from St. Thomas More Elementary and a third grader who loves pizza. He's currently working with his agent to see if he should enter the draft. And so the Lakers will pass on the NBA and play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Here are the starters for the Bobcats. Batting guard number 4 is 5'4" junior, and forward number 12, 5'10" junior, Even. And cover number 14, 5'7" senior, number 5. And cover number 22, 5'8" senior, Logan Smith. And at forward number 15, 5'10" senior, Tess Burns. Bobcats are coached by Mitch McClay and assisted by Ross Peterson, Andy Smith, and Zach Tubbs.
This is not going to be an easy task for the Bobcats tonight. And the keys to the game, you hear the coaches talking about during the pregame. Big one for the Bobcats is keep Olivia Paget in check, 5'7" junior, number 32. And for the Lynx, Coach Zer said control the game on D, control the pace, and be patient on offense. So the jump is moments away. It's going to be Macy Even jumping up against number 5, Madison Giever. The opening tip is controlled by the Lynx. They get it to the left wing for Kellenberger. In the backcourt they go for Paget. Paget goes to Kellenberger, dribbles baseline, pulls up from about 5 feet. No good. Rebound on the weak side, grabbed by Burns. Bringing it up now, Smith for the Bobcats. Their first offensive possession. She goes right side in the backcourt for McClagan, who goes right wing for Even, who loses it, picks it up, goes left wing for Buys. The 3, no good, strong. Rebounded by Salter. Salter gets it out to Kellenberger. Kellenberger, hesitation dribble into the front court, pulls up in traffic and got it to go off the board. Strong move by Ava Kellenberger. And the Lynx up 2-zip. And Sloan McClagan almost got away with a double dribble. It was so smooth that it took him a second for the ref to realize what had happened. Yikes.
And again, those are just those turnovers that we have talked about in some of these home games, going back to that T game with 34-24 win, but Brookings with 25 turnovers that night. Those are the ones that just as a coach are frustrating, but again, you're going to see this Brandon Valley press, so Brookings is going to have to do a better job of taking care of the basketball.
Dangerous pass in the lane, pinballs around, somehow ends up in the hands of one of the Lynx, and that was Madison Giever, who put it up off the bottom of the rim, and the Bobcats come away with it. Bobcats dodge a bullet there. Get it in the left elbow for Even, who went to take a shot, came down, and then realized she was going to pass it. And passed it back in the backcourt, but traveled. You go up in the air, you got to shoot it or get rid of it some way or another. She neglected to do so. So Paget will bring it up and start things off for the Lynx. She passes right wing for Lease, back to Paget on the wing against the zone. She goes back to Lease. Down in the corner now for Kellenberger. Kellenberger dribbles out to the hash, picks it up now, dead ball, guarded by Smith, goes in the corner, and it's going to be Lease for 3, no good, weak side board, tipped by Even, and now grabbed by Buys. She'll let it clear and get it off for McClagan. McClagan across the timeline for Buys. Buys hesitation dribble to the right wing, in the backcourt she goes for McClagan. Free throw line they go to Even, baseline, Burns, a 15-foot jumper, airmailed, rebound comes down. The Salter up ahead to Paget. Paget takes it up in the lane. Strong off the board over the top of McClagan. Rebound to Smith, and she'll bring it up now for the Bobcats, and she'll slow it up. Pass across the timeline for McClagan. McClagan to the elbow. Even pulls up from 14. She was left open. No good. Offensive board, and the putback is good for Burns. Tess Burns gets an offensive rebound in the stick back. Tied at 2 is Paget, right wing. Guarded by Buys now. They're running a zone. Cross court into the corner, she goes for Kellenberger. Kellenberger goes out on the wing for Salter, who hoists the 3, airmails it badly, misses. Rebound on the weak side offensively by Madison Giever, and she'll put it back up and in. 6'2" Madison Giever. Force inside there. Pass tipped in the backcourt. Even comes up with it, gets it to Smith, to Buys, to Even at the elbow, on top of the key, a 3 for McClagan. In and out, no good. Rebound tap by Burns to the near baseline. We're going to get a whistle as chasing it down is Logan Smith for the Bobcats. She got a hand on it. And Ava Kellenberger also chasing for the Lynx.
It's off Brookings, back to Brandon Valley. Paget across the timeline. Hesitation dribble to the elbow, goes to Geaver. Nice pass with the left hand down inside the block. Just Geaver wide open for an easy bucket. Full court pressure now. McClagan goes to Smith. Smith picks it up, back to McClagan across the timeline, down in the corner for Buys. Buys thought about the three, dribbles, bounces it into Even, who takes it up strong in the lane, got a little contact, lost the ball out of bounds, and looking around with her mouth agape, like, how was that not a foul call? And I think she may have had a point.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a lot of contact there, but again, nothing that Macy can do about that. But again, with Brandon Valley in that zone, Even's going to have to look to attack that all night, whether it is the jump shot or the bounce pass down low to Burns. But if Brandon Valley's going to stay at that zone, again, Macy's going to have to be very aggressive on the offensive end.
Paget went inside to Salter. She tried to go across the lane. It's tipped out of bounds by Brookings. The Lynx have it. Hesitation dribble to the right elbow. 14-foot pull-up for Paget. No good. Rebounded by Smith. She'll bring it up now for Brookings. Crosses at center court. Two defenders in front of her. She'll dribble to the right side. Pivots now. Goes to the free throw line for McClagan, who's going to put up a 14-footer. Kind of off-kilter. Was more open than she realized and didn't set up. Probably had time to set up if she'd have wanted to. Offensive rebound grabbed by the Bobcats, and we're going to get a whistle. And it's going to go on Amanda Lee's first foul of the ball game for either team. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Amanda Lease and Madison Geaver sitting down. And into the game for the Lynx, going to be Reese Condon, number 20. And I'm waiting for the other number here. 52, that is Julia Ask. Number 40, or 52 rather. Right wing, even for three, no good. Weak side board is grabbed by Ask just into the game. And now bringing it across is going to be Salter. Salter goes right wing for Kellenberger, who dribbles, picks it up, and goes in the backcourt now for Paget. Paget crosses over to the elbow, goes to Lease on the left wing. That's Salter, rather. Tipped away by Burns and stolen away by Buys. Buys quickly up on the other end. Nice hustle play by Gracie. Salter catching up and tipping it away from behind. Otherwise, Buys would have had an easy layup. Still 6-2. McClagan and Burns sit down for Brookings. Lily Thompson back in for the first time, and Clara Delbridge also in for the first time tonight. The backcourt, dangerous pass. Even goes to get it, goes to the floor to take it away and gets it out to Thompson on the wing. Down in the corner, she goes for Buys, who pump fakes. And she dribbles, tried to go to the opposite corner. It's tipped and finally hits the end line. It was dangerously close the first time and somehow it didn't hit the end line. Julia Ask got her hand on it. Bobcats trail 6-2. Buys goes in the backcourt. This time for Thompson. Another dangerous pass. Thompson dribbles in the lane, kicks it in the corner. Buys left open. A three goes off the top of the backboard. No good. And we're going to get a rebound and a putback by Delbridge. No good, but she's fouled. Oh no, they're going to say it got tipped out of bounds. Sorry, tipped out of bounds. Buys bounces it into Delbridge in the corner. Delbridge goes in the baseline for Even, who dribbles out on the corner. Goes cross court, right wing for Buys, who hangs onto it. Thought about the three, goes in the corner for Smith. Cross court, Even left wing in the post for Delbridge. Her turnaround jump hook is blocked out of bounds by Julia Ask, 5'11 senior. Up against 5'11 junior Clara Delbridge. Even sits down, and back in is McClagan. Buys gets it into Delbridge. Back to Buys. Buys is going to double dribble and turn it back over to Brandon Valley. Bit of a pitcher's duel going on here in the first quarter.
Defense and turnovers and missed shots. Brandon 3 of 9 so far. The first. Brookings 1 of 11, only 9%. So again, getting some decent looks, but you're going to have to get some to fall here. 1 of 11 is not going to cut it.
Condon goes in the corner for Salter. And pass to the backcourt. It's stolen away by Buys and up ahead to McClagan. She goes to Smith on the wing. Smith looks into the post, nothing there, back out to McClagan. McClagan goes to the free throw line. Lily Thompson going to pull up, and Strong off the board with the shot. Rebound comes down for Salter. She'll press it up to Paget. Paget, hesitation dribble in the lane, takes it up in traffic, and gets the runner to go off the back of the rim and through. 8-2, Brandon Valley. Thompson brings it across the timeline, picks it up, and looks to pass. Bounces it to Smith near the bottom of the circle. Smith working against Paget, goes left wing for McClagan. McClagan dribbles, trying to trap in the backcourt are the Brandon Valley Lynx. Go to Thompson in the corner, down to Delbridge, out on the wing, a three, no good for Sloan McClagan, and now a pass out ahead to Paget. Paget takes it in the lane, ball fake. Shot is too strong off the board, and the rebound and the putback is blocked, but also a foul coming. Gracie Salter got the offensive board, and a foul on the Bobcats. It's going to go on Kimber Buys. First on Kimber, first of the game for the Bobcats. 2:19 to go here in the first quarter. Gracie Salter to the stripe. Averages 5 points, or rather 10, almost 11 points per game, Averages 5 defensive rebounds a game. Free throw is no good. It remains 8-2. Even back in. By sits down. Several subs for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Want to say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall for being a fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Second free throw is good. Rattles in for Salter. See some full court pressure. McClagan bounces it to Even, who passes across the timeline to Thompson in the left wing. Dribbles into the front court, pulls up from 10 feet, strong off the board on the shot, rebounded by Salter. Quickly up to the other end, 1-on-3, kicks it out right wing to Hoff, and now out on the wing. She leaves it for her teammate Kellenberger, who knocks down a deep three. That's 12, not 2. London Geaver into the game. So it is 12-2. And a pass over the timeline by Thompson is taken away by Salter. Salter, top of the key, crosses over down the left side of the lane. A little Euro step through 2 defenders, gets it to go off the board. And now Brandon Valley's off and running. 14-2 they lead. Sloan McClagan bounces it to Smith. Goes up ahead, left wing for Delbridge. In the backcourt for McClagan. And we're going to get a timeout. Coach Mitch McClagan going to take a timeout. It'll be a full timeout of 60. We'll take 30 of it with them. It's 14-2 Brandon Valley. A minute 31 to go in the first quarter. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill. We were just talking during the break about the Bobcats have had some open looks. They've just been so hurried up. They haven't taken their time to set up for those. You may have heard me say get those puppies organized when we came back from break. That's a Bill Raftery saying, and it's just very apt for the Bobcats here tonight. I want to say thanks to Bose Construction, sponsor of high school sports here. We've got a couple from the free throw line in, where they just have been a little anxious shooting the ball. Set up, take your time. You've got an open look, knock it down. And they haven't even been close.
No, they haven't. And again, you're in that zone, so you catch it and you turn and look. And yes, you are wide open. But then again, you also know with Brandon Valley in the zone, I guess there's somebody kind of lurking in your area, which has thrown off those shooters. Because again, we've seen it from Lilly and Sloan. They turn and they do see they have a wide open shot, but just having that presence of the defenders has really thrown off the shot. So something they're going to have to adjust here in the rest of this quarter.
Those defenders behind you, that's a good point. Burns in the post, turnaround shot, air mails it. They've missed the rim more than they've hit it on shots tonight. Rebound comes down to the Lynx, and there's a Salter now goes left wing. And that's to Condon, back to Salter. Shot in the lane, no good. Rebound is grabbed by Condon. She wrestled it away from several Brookings Bobcats and then lost it out of bounds back over to Brookings. 14-2 the score. Brookings with the ball. They've been struggling with the pressure. Full court pressure, and then they're trapping in the backcourt and their half-court defense as well. You heard Coach Zer talk about controlling the pace on defense, and they've been doing that so far. Burns in the lane. Jump hook is going to go off the board, and she's fouled. We'll see if that gets the Bobcats ignited here. Going to cut it to 10. She can bring it back to single digits here with a free throw as Tess Burns heads to the stripe. She averages 7 points per game. Also averages almost 6.5 rebounds per game, does Tess. That's her second bucket, and she hits the free throw. She's got all 5 of the Bobcats' points. They trail 14-5. 73% free throw shooter on the year is Tess. Condon, top of the key, right wing she goes. As for Geaver, London Geaver, cross-court left wing pass for Elise. In the backcourt for Condon. Down in the corner they go. Elise has it. She goes cross-court, right corner. Three is good for Geaver, London Geaver. 17-5, Brandon Valley. 20 seconds to play. Stolen away from McClagan in the backcourt by Condon. She goes right wing. They get it into Elise for a wide open look. Good ball movement. There's a pass from Geaver on the wing all the way down low to Elise for an easy bucket. McClagan splits the double team with a dribble. Goes up ahead to Delbridge. He passes in the lane. Gets tipped away and stolen. Elise gonna throw up a runner from about 27 feet just before the buzzer. It's off the board strong, but Brandon Valley looks strong in the first quarter. They lead by 14 after one, 19-5. It will be Brookings ball to start the second quarter in 60 seconds. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
And Solventum is pleased to be a community partner of Brookings High School. Dedicated to science and exploration, Solventum Brookings works to improve your everyday life and ensures you're never more than 10 feet away from Solventum technology. Good luck, Bobcats.
Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Brookings ball to start the second quarter. McClagan will start things off. Dribbles to the right wing, goes in the backcourt now for Byes. Byes gets a pick from Even. It dribbles into the front court, loses the ball. Stolen away by Elise after the tip by Paget. And now bringing it up is going to be Kellenberger. Kellenberger, hesitation dribbles into traffic, kicks it out on the wing. She'll be fouled on the floor. It'll be the first of the quarter for the Bobcats. We'll await the official call here, and it's going to go on Sloan McClagan. That'll be her first. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System, sponsor of high school sports here. Get it in, right wing. It's Geaver, London Geaver, top of the key. She goes for Kellenberger, dribbles into traffic, picks it up now, goes to Lease in the corner. Top of the key, Paget, left open from three, knocks it down, nothing but net. Paget's second bucket, she's got 5, and it's 22-5, Brandon Valley. McClagan dribbles across the timeline, gets it back to Smith. Smith crosses over, picks it up, goes back to McClagan. McClagan back to Smith. Gonna hoist a deep three from the wing. No good. Rebound fought for, and now stolen away. And there was a pass by number 5 Geaver, who went off, I think, the face of Sloan McClagan. And the Lynx keep it. Kellenberger dribbles into the lane, kicks it out in the corner. London Geaver a 3, no good. Long rebound grab by Kellenberger. She is getting it tied up. Good hustle by the Bobcats as both McClagan and Byes were there to tie it up. We'll go to the arrow. It'll be in favor of the Lynx. I want to say thanks to Kubota, sponsor of high school sports here. London Geaver sitting down, and back in is going to be Gracie Salter. Lease to inbound. She goes into the corner, and pump faking is Kellenberger. Dribbles in, a little 10-foot runner, no good short. Rebounded though, and the putback is short by Salter, and now a rebound again. This time it's by Geaver on the offense, and she'll be fouled on the attempted putback the second time around. Bobcats struggling a bit on the defensive boards here in the first half. It's going to go on Byes. That'll be your second.
And again, when you've got girls like Salter and Geaver down there going for those offensive rebounds, and again, Brookings, they love that 2-3 zone, and we've said it all year. It's a good defense to run, but you don't really have anybody that you're boxing out, kind of just have an area. So if Geaver and Salter aren't being boxed out, they're going to continue to get those offensive rebounds. Brandon Valley with 6 so far here in the first half.
Salter's shot blocked by Burns. The Bobcats have it. Thompson goes in the lane for Even, who dribbles in and just takes a hard body blow from Madison Geaver. Just a tall, broad-shouldered girl, 6'2". Even just bounced off her and fell down. And
What
we've
do you
seen
call
some
Macy small? She's just she's just thin.
And those are some plays we've seen too. I think Tess Burns has gotten called for some fouls. Some girls just kind of run into Tess, and she's just so strong that half the time it's probably not a foul, but when the girls fall down like that, it's almost a no-brainer for the ref to think it was a foul.
Paget seals it away from Burns, and she'll be up on the other end of the left wing between the legs, and it goes left baseline for Lease, who drops it in the lane. Shot is up and no good for Ask, and the rebound comes down for Smith. Another good look for Brandon Valley. They can't make it pay. Pass up ahead for Even. Crossover dribble to the front court. Picks it up, and a little runner from 10. Got it to go. Off balance, but gets it to go. Many of the shots for the Bobcats have looked that way tonight, but that's one of the few that have gone in. And Paget dribbling into the front court. She's going to get it stripped away, but also be fouled. It's going to go against number 12, Macy Even. Her first, third of the quarter for Brookings. Lease will inbound underneath, left side. Goes in the backcourt for Salter. Salter back to Lease, left baseline. Dribbles in, double team. Kicks it all the way into the far corner for Kellenberger. She'll dribble into the front court. Dribbled, drew the defenders. Dropped it off for Ask, who had a point-blank look and missed it. Second one she's missed from right in front of the rim. Bobcats have it back. Smith will dribble around. Paget picks it up now, goes to the backcourt for McLagan. McLagan's pass tipped away by Kellenberger, stolen by Paget. Paget into the front court, drops it off for Lease, who has an easy bucket on the right side. Just drew the defenders, and they didn't see Lease coming in on the backside. 24-7, Brandon Valley, 5:20 to play. Give it to McLagan across the timeline. McLagan goes left wing for Thompson. In the post for Even, who gets it tipped away. Now the ball kicked around, finally grabbed by Ask. And now Lease has it. She'll bring it across. Baseball pass all the way left baseline for Kellenberger, who puts up a little fall away just outside the left block and gets it to go, and it's 26-7. And Coach McLagan wants to slow things down here, take a little timeout, and talk about some things, and I don't blame him, as Brandon Valley has been on fire here the last quarter, about full quarter.
Yeah, they have. And again, Brookings has done, for the most part, a decent job of breaking the press. It's the turnovers that they're having on their side of the court. Again, they've got 10 so far in the first half, but a good chunk of them, more than half, have been, again, just on this side. They've done a pretty good job of breaking the press. Again, that's where they need to execute a little better. And like we said, the shots they're getting are open looks. Take your time a little more. Again, they're 3 of 18 here in the first half, only shooting 16%.
I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets. Yeah, the Brandon Valley defense has really dictated the game so far. Doing a good job of pressuring and then getting their hands in the passing lanes, making it hard for the Bobcats to effectively pass into the front court. 5:05 to go, second quarter. 26-7. Brandon Valley with the lead. Bobcats with the ball. McLagan has it. She'll dribble. Picks it up and goes for Smith. Smith pick it up, go back to McLagan. McLagan dribbles. She's going to go in the backcourt over the defense to Smith. Smith drives and gets it in the lane for Delbridge, who will take it up and be fouled. And Amanda Lease didn't like the call, but she'll be tagged with a foul, and it'll be 2 free throws for Clara Delbridge coming up. It's going to be the second on Lease, by the way. Clara Delbridge to the stripe, 50% free throw shooter on the year, and it's the first one. Averages 2.2 points per game. I want to say thanks to Bauer Services, sponsor of high school sports here. Second free throw for Delbridge, can cut it to 17 with 4:52 to go here in the second quarter, and she knocks them both down. 26-9. Brandon Valley with the lead in the ball. Inside 5 to play, second quarter. Left corner, Condon. Condon goes in the lane, and the shot is no good for Salter. Salter almost had her hands on it. Paget comes away with it. Goes out to Condon. Condon back to Paget, who puts it up. Almost got it to go, but she's fouled. She'll have 2 free throws coming up. Good interior passing for Brandon Valley here so far. Gotten good looks in the paint just off of good passes from the perimeter. Paget's first free throw is good, 27-9, Brandon Valley. 6 points for Paget. She averages just over 14.5 per game. She hits that free throw. She's about at the halfway point of her average already with 4.5 to play in the first half. Smith passes right side for McLagan.
free throw line for Delbridge. Tried to go high-low for Burns. It's tipped away and stolen by Ask. And now up ahead goes Salter. She gets it to Paget. Paget into the front court. Kicks it off to Condon on the left wing. Dribbles, goes top of the key for Paget. Dribbles into the lane, pulls up from 15, left it way short, rebounded by Ask. Goes out on the wing for Kellenberger. Back to Ask on the baseline. To Kellenberger, left open from 23 feet, knocks it down. Second three for Kellenberger. She's got 7. Smith goes up ahead for Burns on the wing. Burns holds, dribbles in the backcourt and passes for McClagan. Free throw line to Delbridge. Delbridge holds. It's a tipped away from behind, going to be hounded and fouled by Condon, who was trying to steal it. That'll be the first on Condon, the third of the quarter for Brandon Valley. Tess Burns sits down, Kimber Byes back in. Julia Ask sits down for Brandon Valley. Back in is going to be Madison Geaver, 6'2" senior. I would say Brookings probably returns the sentiment about Madison Geaver. Probably sick of seeing her as well.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They probably watched their film and their fair share, and Coach McClagan, like you said, probably thinking the same thing of enough's enough.
High-low from Smith to Delbridge, who got the left-handed shot to rain down in. It's 31-11. They get it underneath the hoop. Geaver is triple teamed. She's trying to wrestle it away. We'll get the jump ball call. The Bobcats will get the turnover. With that bucket, Delbridge has 4. That's her first field goal. She hit a couple free throws. Into Smith, back to Byes. Byes picks it up and goes back to Smith. Smith crosses. A pass, lost the pass up ahead. Condon takes it away. Just didn't get enough on it. And now Kellenberger has it. She almost lost it. Picks it up. Scoops it into the backcourt. Condon for 3 on the right wing. No good. Rebounded by Geaver and put back up and in. Nobody got a body on her. She's had a few offensive rebounds and putbacks already. She has got 6. And Byes brings it across the timeline. We're going to get a 10-second call before she got it across, though. First 10-second call of the night, but they've been close a couple of times. 2:52 to go, second quarter. 33-11 Brandon Valley. Want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance. Grandpa Terry in the gang, right?
Always.
Left base.
Count on Grandpa Terry.
Right wing Paget. Dribbles into the free throw line, bounces it in the lane for Geaver. Try to go across the lane for Salter, and it's a little bit of an errant pass out of bounds. Back over to Brookings.
And like you said, that's just a turnover there with the interior passing that we've seen from Brandon Valley tonight. 8 assists of their 33 points. They just do a good job of quick ball movement. Again, when you're in that zone and you've got to get to your spot, when Brandon Valley quickly passes it like that, we've seen a lot of easy layups from them just from that interior passing.
Byes goes in the post to Delbridge. Out on the wing to Even. In the corner for Byes. She pump fakes, dribbles baseline, kicks it all the way into the corner. Too tall, though, for Sloan McClagan. Lisa Even might have been able to handle that, but Sloan couldn't quite get her hands around it. 33-11. Brandon Valley with the lead and the ball. Rickus Nelson, another fine sponsor of high school sports here. Paget will start things off. 1-3-1 zone. Goes left baseline for Salter. Gets it to Condon, who dribbles into the front court. Back to Salter. Pump fakes, dribbles in the lane. A runner will rattle in for Salter. And it's 35-11. Salter with 5. McClagan in trouble in the backcourt. She'll have to go to the floor to try to wrestle it away from Kellenberger. For Brandon Valley, will go to the arrow. And this time it's in favor of Brandon Valley. The game is Evie Hoff for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Also Ask, sitting down Madison Geaver and Reese Condon. Delbridge and Thompson sit down for the Bobcats. Back in, Even. And Burns. Shot from the right wing is no good for Hoff. A little strong on the 3, and on the rebound it'll be tapped out of bounds. Last touched by Brandon Valley. 1:50 to go here. I want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper being a sponsor. Smith goes to Byes. Byes dribbles, bounces it up ahead to Even. Even dribbles into the lane. A runner from the free throw line off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped and now grabbed. As it was tapped away from the group and grabbed by Hoff. Evie Hoff. Kellenberger is going to carry it out top. A little hesitation dribble, got her hand underneath the basketball. Turns it back over to Brookings. Brookings School District, another fine sponsor of high school sports here. 1:32 to go. Byes will inbound. Brookings has to find a way to take care of the ball and get into their offense a little quicker here. Smith near the bottom of the circle. Dribbling to the right side, guarded by Paget. Picks it up, goes top of the key for Buys. Buys, left wing to McClagan, down to Even to McClagan. Cross-court pass all the way into the bench of Brandon Valley. Too tall for anybody. Turnover back to Brandon Valley. 35-11 the score. Paget receives the inbound pass. She'll bring it up for Brandon Valley. And crossover and go in the corner for Hawk to London Geaver. Back to Paget. The three no good strong. On the rebound, it's tipped around, finally grabbed by McClagan. She'll bring it up. Crosses over into the front court, all the way to the hoop. Dropped it off for Burns. Burns, turnaround, spinning shot. Got it to fall in somehow off the board. 7 now for Burns. She leads the way for Brookings. Paget, backcourt. His right wing to Hoff. That's Geaver, rather. London Geaver back to Paget. Right side to Geaver. Down in the corner they go for Hoff. Left wing Paget dribbles in the front court. And the shot goes off the board. Strong looking move. 37-13. Shot clock is now off. 25 to play in the first half. Up ahead they go for McClagan. She leaves for Smith. I want to say thanks to Hometown Tire and Service for being a sponsor. Left elbow 15-footer, no good for Even. Rolls off and grabbed by Salter. Out ahead now to Paget. Paget in the lane. Actually, that was Kellenberger who dropped it off to Paget for an easy bucket. When she was handling the ball, and they both have the braids. They look similar. Right wing Smith going to throw up a three just before the buzzer. And the Bobcats will have their work cut out for them. Plenty of things to discuss in the break, in the locker room during the break. 39-13 they trail here to Brandon Valley. We'll take a 4-minute break. We'll have your stats coming up next, and we will talk about, we'll give our thoughts on the first half as your halftime show coming up next here. Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
To start the third quarter, Brookings ball, Buys in the corner, goes to Smith in the backcourt right side. Bobcats going right to left from our vantage point here in the Telescope broadcast booth. Left wing, McClagan. I think it got blocked. Burns with the offensive board underneath. Turnaround jump hook, no good. Rebound grabbed by Geaver. And she'll bring it up to the other end. Passes up to Paget. Paget in the lane. A floater, no good. Rebound in the putback by Geaver, no good. Gets her own rebound again and puts it up and in on the second one. Geaver just bullying people in the lane right now. 41-13, inside 7.5 to play, third quarter. McClagan heaves it up, right wing for Burns, rather. Burns in the backcourt for McClagan to start things off. 2-3 zone for Brandon Valley. Pass to McClagan, top the key to the free throw line for even. A pump fake and a step through runner, no good. It's wet, but it's not going to be counted because it was a travel before Burns shot it.
One of those moves where I think it just looks funny. Like I know the far ref right there said she had changed her pivot foot, hence the travel. Coach McClagan didn't agree. Macy wasn't sure. But just one of those moves where I think some refs call it. Some refs, if they think it looks funny, they'll call it travel.
You're right. Down the right side of the lane, Gracie Salter gets a runner to go off the board, and it's 43-13, early third quarter. Pass tipped away from Smith. She has it back in the lane, kicks it out on the wing for Buys. Buys, pump fakes, goes top of the key for Even. Even dribbles, bounces it to Buys on the wing, down in the corner for Smith. Smith dribbles, goes cross court, left side in the backcourt for McClagan, down in the corner for Buys. She'll pump fake, dribble, go cross court for Smith. In the lane for Burns. Burns, a little turnaround jump hook with the left hand, left it short. She's frustrated with herself. It went out of bounds and back over to Brandon Valley. Good look. Just kind of lost the ball on the way up or something. Got it in the lane and got, when you're 7 feet away, and nobody really bothering your shot, that's a good look. Got to try to find a way to convert. Julia Burns into the game for the first time. Macy Even will sit down. I was went to see her a little bit in the first half. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction. Backcourt Paget, jab steps, dribbles to the left elbow, kicks it out on the wing. Lease for three, and she'll roll it in. High arching three for Lease goes. She's got 7. 46-13. Brandon Valley starting to really run away with it here. Bounce into Burns, who's double teamed, and they'll get a foul call. I think that's going to be on Lease. That'll be her third. It is. Lease first of the quarter for Brandon Valley. I want to say thanks to Brookings Auto Mall as well for being a sponsor here. 5:34 to play. Buys to inbound underneath right side. Looking and again had to throw it in. They are having a hard time getting the ball in all night here. Ball is tipped away by Geaver and grabbed by Lease. Up ahead to Salter. Gets it in the corner. Kellenberg puts up a 3, left it short, rebounded by Burns, and she's going to get it tied up. They're going to call the foul on Brandon Valley as Salter reached around. And it's going to be her first. Second for Brandon Valley. We've got a running clock. 5 minutes to go, third quarter, 46-13. Buys, still having trouble getting it in, going way out ahead, and it's tipped away by Lease and grabbed by Julia Burns, who dribbles it up from the free throw line and strong off the board. Bad shooting night continues for Brookings. Paget in the lane, kicks it off right baseline, a little 7-foot jumper goes for Kellenberger. Paget has just got good court vision. She always tends to find the open player.
Yeah, her 4th assist of the night. Feels as though she's got 8 with how many times she just, again, has open looks, great passing, and we've seen that here in the first half and into the third quarter.
Left wing, McClagan for 3, no good. Strong, and on the rebound, it can't be handled by Buys. She loses it out of bounds, back over to the Lynx. Caitlin Harris into the game for the first time tonight, and Sloan McClagan will sit down. Coach McClagan just trying to put some new players in there to get something ignited. Right wing for Salter to Paget in the lane, almost lost it, back to Salter, left wing pass for Lease, left it short, air ball, and on the rebound, we're going to get a foul on the Lynx, and it's going to be the second quick one on Gracie Salter. I'm sure she agreed with that, but it will go against her, and back over to Brookings. Third of the quarter for Brandon Valley. I want to say thanks to Bose Construction. Bobcats trail big, just 13 points here in the third quarter. They have given up 48. Harris, left wing, goes to the elbow for Burns. Burns dribbles in her pass intended for Tess Burns, is tipped back at her, and somehow she gets it back and gets it over to Tess. Now Tess lost it out of bounds. She's saying it got tipped away, but they're going to say she just lost it, and it's back over to Brookings. The ball handling
issues continue, as well as the poor shooting night for Brookings. Not a great combo.
It's not, no, it's one of those things if you're maybe having a lot of turnovers, but shooting well, and kind of going back to that T game, again, Brookings with 25 turnovers, but shot it decently that night. But like you had just mentioned, if you're not taking care of the basketball, but also not shooting well, more than likely it's probably not going your way that night, as we've seen here tonight for the Cats.
Madison Geaver had a shot blocked out of bounds by Tess Burns. We're going to get a whistle on the inbound here. And we've got a referee timeout. Not sure what we've got happening here. The referee's going to gather and talk about something.
Something with the shot clock.
Oh yeah, the shot clock was reset, and they shouldn't have reset it because they didn't get a shot up. So they take a second off?
1 second.
All right.
2 seconds. Oh, now it's just, running clock with the, I don't, shot clock was running, but I don't know.
Very weird, the whole thing. Madison Geaver, right block, turnaround jump hook goes off the board. And it is 50-13. Geaver has 10, double digits. Stolen in the backcourt by Condon. Up ahead to Paget. Paget through the lane. Scoop of the left hand is off the board strong. No good. Rebounded by Buys. She'll be fouled. It's going to go against London Geaver. That'll be the first on London. Fourth for Brandon Valley, so they'll be in the bonus from here on out. We're inside 2 to play in the third quarter, though. Want to say thanks to Brookings Health System for being a fine sponsor. Ask back in for Brandon Valley. Sitting down going to be Paget and Madison Geaver. And into the game for the first time for Brandon Valley is Brooke Burnett, the 5'9 senior, number 44. Left wing pass, Buys. Dribbles, goes in the backcourt for Harris. Caitlin Harris dribbles, gets it ripped away by London Geaver. Geaver up ahead now, gets it to Condon, who puts it up and in off the board over the outstretched arm of Tess Burns trying to block. 52-13. Brandon Valley with the lead. Right corner. Harris gets the 19-footer blocked by Brooke Burnett, out of bounds, stays with Brookings. And they reset the shot clock again. So they're probably going to have to stop the game and look at that because it shouldn't have been reset. Yeah, nobody noticed, I guess. Right wing, even, goes to Thompson on the elbow. In the corner for Smith. Cross-court pass, left wing, Harris. In the lane for even, tipped away, she grabs it, dribbles in the corner, goes cross-court. Right wing, Smith for 3, rolls it in. First bucket of the night for Logan Smith comes with just over 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. 52-16, Brandon Valley. Burnett goes to Condon. Right wing pass, they go for Evie Hoff. Hoff gets it back from Condon. Back to Condon in the backcourt. Condon dribbles, and now goes in the backcourt for London Geaver. Geaver dribbles into the front court, kicks it in the corner. Ask dribbles baseline, goes cross court, right wing. A 3 for Hoff is good. The lefty knocks it down. 55-16, 5 on the clock. Harris across the timeline. Hesitation dribble into the front court, all the way to the baseline. A runner goes strong off the back of the rim, just at the buzzer. 55-16, Brandon Valley with the big lead after 3 quarters of play. Back in 60 seconds with the fourth. Bobcats basketball on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Brookings Radio is pleased to be the flagship station for Bobcat athletics content. To the K-Coach of the 102.3, Full Eye Sports Broadcast from the 2024-25 school year. And Heidi Food Store is proud to be a friend of Brookings High School and support Bobcat athletics teams, fine arts programs, and student organizations.
Bobcats basketball powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Covey Sports Bar and Grill. The start of the fourth quarter. Bobcats having a monumentally bad shooting night. They trail 55-16. They've also struggled with taking care of the basketball. Start the fourth quarter will be Lynx ball. They'll be going right to left from our vantage point here, the Dallas Cole broadcast booth. New plaque downstairs to commemorate this, by the way, and there will be a ceremony the 21st. During the Huron doubleheader as well. recognizing Dallas Cole as the voice of the Bobcats for decades. Condon kicks it left wing, and that is Hoff, or rather London Geaver, shot from 15, no good, gets her own rebound somehow. Now it's tipped away, it's going to go out of bounds on the far sideline and stay with Brandon Valley. Coming up on 7.5 to go here, want to say thanks to Kubota Farmers Implement. Ask will inbound, that is London Geaver on the backcourt for Burnett. Dribbles, goes to Condon on the wing, cross court, left side for Hoff, down in the corner for Geaver. Geaver gives to Ask. Ask dribbles underneath, kicks it in the corner for Burnett. Pass in the backcourt, tipped away and stolen by Even. Even up to the other end, takes it into the lane. The scoop shot with the left hand, no good. And she was expecting some contact, and it never came. Condon quickly up on the other end. Goes to Ask in the corner, out on the wing for Geaver. Cross-court pass, right wing. Burnett, a three, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Delbridge. She'll give off to Smith to bring it up for Brookings. Inside 7 to play. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets for being a sponsor. Right wing Smith goes cross court and intended for Crew Halverson, tipped away, and somehow Delbridge came up with it. Goes through the lane, he gets her shot blocked by Ask. And now Burnett has it. She'll give it up for London Geaver. Left wing pass for Condon. Back to Geaver in the lane for Burnett. Good look at it, no good, strong. Rebounded by Thompson, and the Bobcats have it back inside 6.5 to play. Left wing to Crew Halverson. Down in the corner for Smith. Smith goes in the lane for Even. Dribbles. Gives it off for Smith. Hoists the three from the wing. No good. Even with the offensive board. Back out to Smith. Smith dribbles to the right elbow. Spins in the lane. A fall-away jumper. No good, strong. And on the rebound, Clara Delbridge will be tagged with the body check foul. That'll be her first of the quarter for the Bobcats as we tick inside 6 to play. I want to say thanks to Bauer Services for being a fine sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network also. The boys are in Brandon, taking on Brandon Valley. Sitting down Logan Smith and Lily Thompson. Back in Sloan McClagan and Tess Burns. In the lane, Burnett dribbles down the right side, takes it up. It's going to be blocked and fouled by Tess Burns. So the boys score here. Not much different than this, actually. 57-19 with 3 minutes to go in the ball game in that one. So they're sitting about right where this one is. 55-16 here. Free throw is no good for Burnett. A great night for the Bobcats basketball teams. Burnett averages just over a half a point per game. And misses both free throws here. Even with the rebound. Now McClagan has it. 5:20 to play. Pass left side of the backcourt for Halverson. Halverson goes left wing for McClagan. In the post to Delbridge, who dribbles. Goes right side for Burns, who goes out on the wing. A three is up and good for Even. She'll knock it down. 19 points for the Bobcats now. 5 for Macy Even on the night. 5 minutes to play. Backcourt. Left wing they go for Hoff. Hoff goes to Condon. Down in the corner now for London Geaver. She's going to hoist a deep three. No good. Scooped out. And on the rebound, we're going to get it tied up as Burnett and Burns both had each hand on it. We'll go to the arrow. It's in favor of Brookings. Kimber Buys back in for the Bobcats. Drew Halverson sits down. And Condon sits down for the Lynx. Into the game for the first time on the night is number 50, Katie Brown, a 5'8" senior forward. 4.5 to play here. I want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance for being a sponsor. Left wing Buys. Cross court right side for Even. Down in the corner, Sloan McClagan lets fly. No good. Rebound on the weak side is chased down by Burnett. She'll save it off of Buys. Back out of bounds. Heads up play by Burnett, and the Lynx have the ball. Rickus Nelson is a fine sponsor of high school sports here. Coming up on 4 to play, 55-19. The Bobcats have had a hard time getting anything going offensively here tonight. London Geaver, back left wing for Brown. Brown dribbles, goes right wing to Geaver. Top of the key for Annika Peterson into the game for the first time as well. Now to Geaver, pass is tipped away by Even and now stolen by McClagan up on the other end. Sloan takes it up and puts it up and in off of the board as Burnett was right there behind her trying to catch up and block it, as was Katie Brown. Coming up on 3.5 to play here, 55-21. Right wing Brown. Dribbles, pass is tipped away by McLagan, and now she'll steal it again. Up on the other end quickly, a couple of steals and fast break points for Sloan McLagan. She's got 4, and it's 55-23. Inside 3:20 to play. I want to say thanks to Cook's Waste Paper for being a fine sponsor. Right corner. Hoff hoists and hits. The lefty knocks down another one. She's got 6. That's her second 3. 58-23. 3 minutes to play. Right wing Even. Lobs it in for Burns. Back out to Even in the corner. She goes cross court left wing for Buys. Buys pump fakes. Goes top of the key for McLagan. Back to Buys. She'll shoot this time. No good. Strong. Rebound is fought for by Tess Burns, who goes to the floor. Tried to roll it to one of her teammates. It is picked up by London Geaver, and now we're going to get a whistle. Good hustle by Tess Burns getting on the floor. Branavelli comes up with the ball, though, and Brookings commits the foul. It's going to go on Kimber Buys. That'll be her third. Third of the quarter for Brookings. Want to say thanks to Brookings School District for being a fine sponsor of high school sports here. Burns and Even sit down, as does Kimber Buys. No, Kimber's going to stay out there. So on the game for the first time.
The twins.
Yeah. I don't think I have.
Twins.
Yeah, the Conant twins.
Tessa and Taylor. Can't tell them apart.
Number, other than the numbers on there.
Numbers?
Yeah, 34 and 40 are out there. They're 5'9" freshman guards. Bobcats come up with another steal. On the other end, it is Buys taking it up. She'll be fouled as she went up for the shot. She'll have a couple free throws coming up. Foul went on Rayleigh Stoltz. First one. Rayleigh Stoltz, a 5'4" sophomore guard, number 10. Buys at the line to shoot a couple. Hits the first one. It's her first point of the night. Bobcats just trying to backdoor this and make it look more respectable than it was. Caitlin Harris will check in. Clara Delbridge will sit down. Julia Burns at the scorer's table as well. She'll be spelling Kimber Buys if she hits this second free throw. 1:43 to go. Want to say thanks to Hometown Tire and Service for being a fine sponsor. Second free throw is good for Buys, and she will sit down, and Julia Burns will take her place. Rayleigh Stoltz brings it up, passes right wing for Jalissa Parker. They swing it around the perimeter, back to Parker on the right wing. Ends up on the left wing now with Gwendolyn Lease. Back to Parker, passing the backcourt, tipped away and chased down now by Stoltz. She goes for Lease to Stoltz. Right wing now they go for Peterson. Peterson left wing. He gives it to Stoltz, a 3, no good. Rebound is grabbed by one of the Conant twins.
I think it's Taylor. I got a 50-50
That's Tessa.
Nice.
Tessa Conant. Through the lane, Julia Burns takes it up strong. She'll be fouled. We have a running clock here, inside a minute to go. 58-25. Julia Burns to the line. Now they stop the clock at 50.9. Julia Burns has not scored yet tonight. Hasn't had many minutes tonight either. First free throw is no good for Julia Burns. Second free throw can give the Bobcats 26 points, and does. Julia knocks it down. They get it right wing for Jalissa Parker. Now they get it in the lane for Annika Peterson. Left wing for Gwendolyn Lease. Right side for Parker. Back out to Parker from the baseline. A 3 is up and no good. Weak side board is grabbed by Gwendolyn Lease. Now a pass inside is going to be off several hands and out of bounds. Back over to Brookings. The intended recipient was Katie Brown. She got a finger on it, I believe. One of the Bobcats got a finger on it as well. Right side in the backcourt for Brookings. 42 is Zoe Miller in there. And now we've got a steal on the left baseline. And it was grabbed by number 24, Gwendolyn Lease. That is going to do it. The Brandon Valley Lynx make pretty short work of the Bobcats here tonight. They're running clock for a lot of the fourth quarter. 58-26 the final. So with the loss, the Bobcats fall to 4-2. They've lost 2 in a row now. They've played 2 top 5 teams in their last 2 games. Brandon Valley with the win improves to 5-1, and they came in the number 3 team in the Prep Media poll. We'll take a break here. We'll have our kind of final thoughts on the game. We'll take a look at some stats, and we'll do players of the game a little bit later, and possibly an interview with head coach Mitch McLagan here during the post game also. We'll take a 4-minute break, and we'll do all of that coming up next. Bobcats basketball, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.